fellow Mickians. It is I, Red the Supernamic, and I'm here with a special friend of mine. His name is Riles, and he's on Twitter at TryForTheCool. And today we're going to be talking about when Zelda Breath of the Wild takes place in the Zelda timeline. So, would you like to introduce yourself, Riles?
Sure, I'll do a little thing. Me and Red go way back, and we just decided it'd be a good idea to talk about our favorite game series, Zelda, and where this amazingly beautiful new iteration is going to take place in the timeline, and all the sorts of good stuff surrounding all the hype around it. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, so let's get started. So,
Sweet.
do you have your Hyrule Historia out?
It is on my lap.
So, looking here at the timeline, which I also have on screen right now, where do you think this would take place? First, I want your opinion.
Well, we've already discussed this a little bit, but from the get-go, I would think, I don't know, after all the stuff we've seen, I mean, I thought that with the Koroks, those little freaking tree dudes, all around this game, they seem to be a huge part of it. And also, there's flying people. I don't know what the race is called. I don't even think it's
they confirmed that to be Ritos.
They have confirmed that to be Ritos.
Yep.
So it's gotta be, in my opinion, somewhere in the Wind Waker, the Hero of Winds in a New World timeline. So where Link seals Ganondorf and stays an adult, the what if scenario. I think it could be there, but you have a different thought. So let's go into that.
So basically, I don't know if it was an interview or a Nintendo
press conference.
No, not a press conference, but a thing on YouTube. Treehouse, whatever. Was it a tree? I don't know. It was like a stream or something where they were playing Breath of the Wild. Anyway, Anuma was saying that the game takes place in a timeline where Hyrule has faced Ganon many times, or multiple times, I guess you should say, and it could be one of two, the timeline where Link dies in Ocarina of Time, and the timeline where Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask are in, which is the Child Link timeline. Yeah, that's right, the Child Link timeline. Because
that's an interesting point. Because you said by the multiple Ganons point. He's came back and they fought him multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
In the Wind Waker timeline, you brought up the good point that he's only been really around once, basically. So that kind of puts a damper on my stance. So that's a wah, wah, wah.
But and also, I'd just like to point out that people say that Ritos, the bird-like creatures in Wind Waker, are basically the evolution line for Zoras.
Exactly.
Which makes sense. But why couldn't that happen in a different timeline?
I remember I was thinking about this a while ago, a long time ago. Why did Zoras become Ritos? And
there's water everywhere in the Wind Waker, so
exactly. But is it because it's salt water?
I'm pretty sure birds don't like salt.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is.
I thought that maybe they can't for some reason live
in salt water.
In salt water, but I don't know. Because in Twilight Princess, they live by the river, right? Or they live on the river, and they live in a lake, which is not salt water.
There's not even an ocean in that game.
There is no ocean. You're right. So that's what I thought. So they had to take to the skies or something, or maybe it's just because the Zora's domain got destroyed or sealed. So that's pretty cool. But then you gotta think in this timeline, it's interesting. What made them turn into Ritos in this one? Why in the Twilight Princess timeline did they have to not be Zoras anymore?
That's a good point. But I would like to think that in between Ocarina of Time, the time between Ocarina of Time and the Wind Waker, has there been a specified amount of years
between Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker?
Yeah,
probably not. I don't think so at all.
This is what I would like to think.
Yeah.
The entire what do you call it? The timeline where Link dies.
Yes.
The entire of that can fit in between Ocarina of Time and the Wind Waker, like time wise.
Like
That's why there's no Ritos in the Link is Dead timeline.
so you think that like regardless of what happens, they would eventually evolve into Ritos?
Yeah.
So like even though like there's many more games in the Heroes Defeated timeline, but they take place over a shorter interval of time, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
That makes sense. I like that.
Because the one Link, because most of the timeline for the Link is Dead timeline involves just one Link.
You are right.
One Link is in 3 games, and then a second Link is in 2 games, and that's it.
That's the same Link?
In Zelda 1 and 2?
Yeah. That's
the same one.
Okay, that makes sense too. I would think that as well. But I mean, it's probably true. The another thing.
Well, no, because in Zelda 2, because like they want to kill Link to get to resurrect Ganon by putting Link's blood over his ashes, which he turns into at the end of Zelda 1.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Another point. I don't know. We saw both what we're calling Ritos and also Zoras in these Breath of the Wild trailer. And that being said, let me look at a picture of the Rito in the new game. Are they also red? Because the Zoras are red in this game.
No. I know there's this one guy that looks like Falco.
You are right. They have different colors, but if the Rito evolved from Zoras, why are there both in Breath of the Wild? Or did some of them adapt to the conditions?
That's a good point.
Well, I mean, maybe this is like an in-between period where maybe there was some sort of schism between the Zoras, and then some of them went off somewhere, and then they evolved into the Ritos, and then the other ones are like farther down the chain. Like they're gonna evolve eventually, but they haven't yet. Because we've seen in Breath of the Wild that there's like a ton of areas.
Yeah.
It's freaking huge. Absolutely massive. Would you say so?
Yeah, I would.
It's freaking huge. That actually gets me really hyped.
Like, okay. Sorry to interrupt you, but like...
Yeah, don't worry.
A thing that I would like to bring up is the way the land look, like the way of the land, I guess, like the setup.
Yeah.
How Hyrule Castle happens to be in the middle of the whole map, and right south of there is the Temple of Time. Which is just like in Twilight Princess.
You're right.
But for some reason it has a statue from Skyward Sword.
Why is that there?
I don't even know. Why is that even there?
Some explanations. Okay, wait. Okay, so the Temple of Time is destroyed.
Yes.
Basically, it's ruins.
Yeah. You can climb it.
And Master Sword. Yeah, you can climb it, which is cool. But the Master Sword is not in the Temple of Time.
No, they must have moved it,
or maybe okay. Oh, this is so fun to think about.
Yeah.
Like,
that reminds me. In Ocarina of Time, and there's theories where people will say that in between Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, they actually moved it's either you know how in Ocarina of Time the Temple of Time is right beside Hyrule Castle?
Yeah.
Well, people are saying either they moved the Temple of Time or they moved the castle away.
That is also interesting.
So if
that would explain that.
Mm-hmm. So if they moved the Temple of Time, and that's the one from Twilight Princess, the older one would be like the original resting place for it, and that's where it is in Breath of the Wild, maybe.
Makes sense. You're right, Seth. Red. Sorry. But that makes sense. That is a good explanation. I feel like we can talk about this one for a long time, like what we're talking about, but we should probably get on to another topic. Let me see if I can think of anything.
Would it be possible to be in the beginning of the timeline? I mean, there's the statues from Skyward Sword.
Yeah, which isn't present in any other game. But Aonuma said it is after Ocarina of Time, confirmed.
Is it confirmed?
He said it's after Ocarina of Time, confirmed. I was on Zelda Wiki earlier, or I was on a news site where Aonuma said it takes place after Ocarina of Time. But that's really weird. Why is the statue there? The statue of the goddess. Why?
Yeah.
Where did it go through the entire timeline? Is that a plot hole, or will that be explained?
I'm pretty sure. Like, I remember watching back at E3 last year. Someone asked Aonuma, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be explained in the story."
Okay, I hope everything's explained in the story.
I mean, like in the way that Aonuma was saying, he was basically saying that you can like fight Ganon as soon as you like play the game, like start the game, but it's gonna be really hard. But like he says that the story of the game, is gonna be most enjoyed if you try to explore everything in the game. Like
it's
find out
completely non-linear.
It's basically like in Skyrim how you can find like books everywhere talking to you about the lore of the game. So
the more you explore, the more you'll enjoy. Basically.
Yeah. Hey guys, Future Red here. I'm just here to tell you that this is the end of this episode. So please like, comment, subscribe, and the second part, the continuation, is coming out tomorrow. So look forward to that. And we're gonna be basically talking about just the game in general. We're going away from the timeline topic and going into the actual game, what are our thoughts of the game. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and tune in tomorrow for some more fun. Talk to you guys later.